Hey everybody, and welcome to the first episode of The Pie Crust. You can follow us at The Pie Crust, that's P-I, pie. Email us at thepiecrust@gmail.com. Like I said, this is The Pie Crust for about the fifth time. I'm your host, Dan Peck.
Oh, is this part when I talk?
Yeah, usually.
Oh. Yes, and I am Mike Arizari.
So
Hi.
basically, what we're going to do is talk about nerdy stuff that the two of us are mutually into. Maybe sometimes we'll do side episodes with certain people about specific other things that one of us might not be into or not, but this is the main show. Let's talk about why we became to be called the Pie Crust.
Yeah, why are we called the Pie Crust?
We were trying to come up with a name for our show, and after coming up with about 50 terrible names...
Nerdcast! Or the Run DMC podcast, or whatever.
the DMNC. But you just suddenly, is Smodcast taken?
Wait, is that why it's...
And so I thought, well, you know
what?
what?
It's because there's Smith and there's someone named Odd. I don't know.
It's a combination of Smith and Mosier, the two hosts of the podcast. So I decided to do that to us too. And so my last name is Peck, you're Irizarry, P.I., Pie.
That was the Pie Cast, and then I joked the Pie Crust.
And then we went with the Pie Crust. You want to tell any people about anything about yourself special or anything? Or
I am a guy, and I play games, and I'm a full-time graphic designer person, and an aspiring comic writer, an artist sometimes. Yeah, what else do I do? I sit on the computer when I'm not working. And yeah.
And I am nothing right now, but soon I will be in the police and fire light bar company coming soon, but that's that. But let's get this unpleasant opening behind us and actually talk about stuff. Onto movies. Star Trek Into Darkness came out not this last weekend, but the weekend before. We both saw it that weekend, so what did you think?
What did I think? Let's see, it was like a week ago. So, yeah, I really liked it, you know. A lot better than Iron Man 3, I thought. You know, they don't want to keep it too serious. They're kind of keeping true to the original series, so it's kind of jokey, but then kind of serious when it needs to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I like this one as much, maybe better than the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. I like this one better because there was more of a contrast, like a direct contrast to another Star Trek movie, which is, of course, Wrath of Khan. A lot of things were semi-paralleled, but switched. Like in the original movie, it's Kirk that yells Khan, and in this one, it's Spock that yells Khan. And in
according to my dad, it's just a kind of a remake, but they twisted up things.
Yeah, they turned it on its ear or something. Yeah, and then it's Spock that dies in the original one, and in this one it's Kirk, but surprise, they live anyway, just like in the other one. I think the biggest controversy from this movie is, for whatever reason, the blonde chick takes her clothes off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she has a fantastic body, yeah. That's all I gotta say about that.
I didn't really have a problem with it, but I could see where people were like, well, it didn't add anything. I was like, well, it added boobs.
I think a bigger, I don't think it was a really big controversy, but more of a complaint that I'm reading through the Tumblr. Was that, the guy plays, what is it? Benedict Cumberbatch or Cumberbatch, whatever his name is.
Hey, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's not dark enough to be Khan. I'm like, whatever, people.
I thought he played it pretty well.
Yeah, he did it.
I enjoyed
fantastic.
I enjoyed the double swerve in that movie.
See, it didn't surprise me it was Khan because anyone with an internet knew it was Khan.
Yeah. you're like, oh well, this guy's the bad guy, and then you realize RoboCop's the bad guy, and then you realize,
Top either.
then you realize, oh, he's still actually a bad guy, even though, well, did they even mention it that the enemy of my enemy is my friend? That old line.
Oh yeah, they did. I'm trying to like vaguely remember the movie. It was so long ago.
Yes, a week and a half ago.
Yeah,
So.
a week and a half is a long time.
I tend to remember like everything I see, so it doesn't. We could have talked about this movie a year later, and it probably would still have been pretty good. All in all, a great movie. I did enjoy it more than Iron Man 3. I did enjoy Iron Man 3 though, still. But that one's like a month ago, so we're not going to talk in depth about that movie. And like I said, as good, maybe better than the first one. What's your final thought?
Yeah, I haven't seen the first Star Trek since it was in theaters, so I can't really remember. I mean, I remember liking it. I like the whole reboot of it. I think now another problem I had with the Into Darkness one is like it was just an underwhelming ending. It's like, oh, Spock and Connor fighting. Oh, spoiler alert! And then Kirk's better. The end.
Yeah, but now we have the oncoming Klingon war for the next movie that's coming out. God knows when, because now JJ's got to work on Star Wars Episode 7.
I don't really care if he directs it or not.
And then you just hand it to Lindelof. Lindelof's like the one that does all the crazy stuff, though.
We'll see.
I don't know. I like to give people benefit of the doubt. They made 2 really great movies, so maybe they'll just wait until he's done making his Star Wars movies or not. Whatever. Moving on. They've announced an actor to play Quicksilver. It's Evan Peters. The thing is they announced him for X-Men Days of Future Past, not Avengers 2.
Yeah. And today I read another article. It looks like they're not going to have the same actor. Like, it'll be different actors for both Days of Future Past and Avengers 2.
I mean, because the X-Men is Fox and Avengers stuff is Marvel / Disney.
But it looks like they're still going to go forward with both characters in either movie, or the same character in both movies.
Yeah, it really is interesting because Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch are mutants. They are the twin son and daughter of Magneto, but they are unequivocally members of the Avengers.
Yeah, I don't mind them if they were just in the Days of Future Past, since they are mutants. But the problem would be if they were in Avengers 2, then they have to probably alter their backstory. If they feel like they can't mention his father.
They might not be able to mention him by name, but they can mention him.
And they can hint at it. So, can I bring up my theory of what they should do with the movies?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we all know the main villain in Avengers 2 is most likely going to be Thanos, who wields the Infinity Gauntlet, which can control reality and all that fun stuff. See, if it were to open like the Infinity Gauntlet book when he just screws up all reality, then that can be a way of bringing in those Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver into the Avengers universe, and they can, Tony Stark would see him and be like, "Well, who are you guys?" And we're like mutant people. But they can't say it like that. But yeah, it would be something like that. That way they can get around the whole issue of mentioning X-Men. They can just tiptoe around it. But I don't know if they're smart enough to do that or not. But well,
I think the explanation's simpler. Like, Days of Future Past is about the current X-Men, which I have no idea, what date is current. I mean, the first that X-Men First Class takes place in the 60s, right? So this could be in the early 70s, and then Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch would be the ones from the 20XX future. So then we could just be like, oh, in the Avengers it's them now, but in that X-Men movie it's them from like 2025. And how far in the future are they going to go? Because, 2025 is only 12 years away. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my whole issue with the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe is like the restrictions of the licenses, though. But yeah.
So something that I caught from you is that it is now the 20th anniversary of the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes, it is the greatest movie ever made. Everyone says it's trash. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I'll keep watching it if it's on, but it's not that terrible, people. I don't mind it when they take creative license when they base a movie on something like that. I mean, I didn't mind how it turned out in the Mario Brothers movie.
Well, I like how they were like simultaneously tight and holding on to the source material and also just threw away the book on the source material as well at the same time. But it's like I've seen 3 Bob Hoskins movies, and one of them is Roger Rabbit, which is a fantastic movie.
That's like the only other Bob Hoskins movie I know.
There's that one that came out like 5-6 years ago where he owned Jet Li and he called him his dog or whatever.
Oh, I was thinking Doomsday with what was her name? Rona Mitra, is that her name?
I don't know.
Post-apocalyptic movie. There's this area in Scotland. It's all quarantined because it's a zombie outbreak or something like that. And
28 days later? What?
No, it was Doomsday.
I don't.
Oh. And she's got a robotic eye and stuff.
She's got a robotic eye.
Yeah. I guess when she was a kid and like during the incident, she like lost her eye.
Never even heard of this.
And then he was in it.
Bob Hoskins?
Yes, that guy.
I don't even know he's a pretty good actor, and I only know of like 3 movies he's been in.
Because he claims that movie ruined his career.
What, Doomsday?
No, Mario Brothers.
20 years ago. Yeah, John Leguizamo only did better afterwards.
I don't know a single thing he was in, no.
But the last
I know he was a Puerto Rican.
Well, he was in that Son of Sam movie, right? Summer of Sam. He was Sam, I think. No, but he, the last thing I saw him in was The Happening, the M. Night Shyamalan movie that was rated R. I can finally show you the horrific things that happen. You know how he dies in that movie?
Oh, I didn't even see that movie. I don't plan on it.
He's in a Jeep with Dante from Clerks, and a hole gets ripped in like the hide of the, like the leather part of the Jeep, and the air comes in, and they all get the sickness or whatever thing from the trees, and Dante crashes the Jeep into like a pole or something, and he lives through it. And what he does is he looks around and he sees a piece of broken glass and he starts cutting himself.
What?
And that's how he dies.
Sounds like the worst movie ever made. Well, wasn't what's his name in that movie?
Wahlberg
Wahlberg.
and Zoe Deschanel were in that movie.
Oh, she was in that?
Yeah, Zoe was in that movie.
Zoe Deschanel.
I think it was before she was famous, but she was famous. If you know what I mean.
How long was that?
That movie has maybe 10 years ago. I think
Chanel.
I think it was in college still, so that's like 8-10 years ago. The Happening.
Filmography. She was on The Simpsons.
Yeah, she was. She played like a Hannah Montana like character, and her name was like, Sister Nevada or something. She's on The New Girl. She's the new girl. You haven't found The Happening yet?
The Happening? Oh, right before Yes Man, I saw that movie, and 500 Days of Summer, I didn't see that, because, I'm not a girl. Yeah, I don't know what else she did before that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I didn't see that though.
That was good. That was fun. She was good in that. As Trillian, the namesake for the instant messenger aggregate device. All right, enough of all that nonsense. What movie are you seeing next? You have something you're hyped for?
It's got to be Man of Steel. I mean, because I'm a Zack Snyder fan. Even barring Sucker Punch, which was a piece of garbage. You know, I think he'll do good if he's going off someone else's graphic novel work or comic work. Because he did well with 300 and Watchmen.
Yes, I loved Watchmen. I dig Zack Snyder as well. I'm not much of a Superman fan. I'll see the movie, but I'm not paying to go see it in the theater.
Superman is so cool.
And I like this. I'm kind of interested in this. This is the end movie where all these people play themselves and the apocalypse happens or whatever.
Oh, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, it's like Seth Rogen and his friends, and
yeah, no,
they're at a house party at James Franco's house. That comes out, I think, I think it comes out the 12th, actually. I'll see it, but I'm not paying to see it. So that's the same with the Superman movie. I think the next movie I'm going to out to go see is The World's End, with it's like the third Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movie.
Was that the other? That's Edgar Wright's next movie.
Yeah, and Edgar Wright. That's their third and final movie together. I don't know why they would say it's their final movie together. I think the other two movies they did were fantastic. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Shaun of the Dead's better than Hot Fuzz, but Hot Fuzz is still pretty good.
I still got to see that movie. It's been making the rounds on HBO.
It's an ode to buddy cop films. I mean, like to the point where they watch buddy cop films together. But that's the movie I'm going to see next. I think that's in August. So I got a while.
What else we got on that? Lone Ranger looks alright. I don't know if I'm going to see that. And of course, Wolverine, I think, is next for the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see that one that much.
I mean, it looks like it's set after the trilogy, but I'm not real sure.
Yeah, I don't know. And there's going to be a lot of cameos again, so you're going to be looking for people.
Yeah, because I think in the new trailer, he dreams that he stabbed Jean Grey. He's like, "Why'd you do that?" Then he wakes up, and yeah.
Yeah. And then Thor's in November.
Yeah,
it's like a Bond film. You got to wait a whole year for it.
I don't even know what else is that. I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, that's how we got months till those movies come out.
On the next episode, if we even get there.
Yeah, sometime. On to television. 2 weeks ago now was the Arrow Season 1 finale. It's a show that Mike and I watched together while talking on Skype. What did you think about the season finale?
Season finale was really good. Yeah, I barely pay attention sometimes because I was riffing on it with you. So on the early episodes, I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to what the triads were doing and all the other business. But the last run of episodes down the stretch were really good.
So here's where we are. Tommy is dead, impaled by rebar, the classic impaled by rebar. Everybody else is fine, but there's a big fake earthquake going on, and we are in the middle of the earthquake.
Blades have been leveled.
Yeah, that's the Glades. I keep on wanting to say the Narrows, but that's freaking Batman. That's Dark Knight trilogy. The Narrow. That's in the Narrows. Oh wait, that wasn't. He was Bruce Wayne when he said that. That's in the Narrows.
Where's the Glades?
Where's the Glades? So yeah, Tommy's dead. How sad are you about Tommy Merlin being impaled by rebar?
Oh, I could care less.
Okay, where is everybody right now? Okay, out in front of the law office, whatever place that Black Canary works at right now is Black Canary.
Oh, she's not Black Canary yet.
I know she's not Black Canary yet.
Well, better be season 2 or CW. I'm coming to your house and I'm gonna kick your asses.
we spent the entire season coming up with ways for her hair to suddenly turn blonde and for her to suddenly have a sonic scream.
Yes, the earthquake devices that they planted under the city. We're going to give her the sonic scream abilities, and her hair would also turn blonde.
Yeah, we've also had
and I was so mad that I was wrong.
More colorful reasons to do that, but I would try to keep the explicit tag away from the show. But yeah, every episode, if something happened to Laurel, we would go, oh, she's gonna do this, and then she's gonna scream, and her hair is gonna turn blonde. Okay, what else?
The one preview, it was when, I think the preview when the guy broke into their house and she has a shotgun, I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna be Black Canary.
Nope. She's just gonna shoot the shotgun twice and miss.
Just shoot a shotgun and that's it.
Well, so out there in front of that building is the her father, the police guy, and the Hood. Are they pulling a Smallville? Where they can say everything but the hero's actual hero name.
They haven't called the other guy Black Arrow, have they?
No, they just say he's the copy.
All I remember, the dad was like, "Oh, they're color coding him now, making it easy."
Hell, the black guys are black. Well, the classic Merlin character was the black version of Green Arrow, pretty much.
It's Black Green Arrow, everyone.
It's Black Green Arrow, but in the Smallville, they call him everything but Superman.
Man of Super.
I think they call him the Blur or something stupid.
The Cape. They call him the Cape.
Oh, the 6 seasons in a movie, which is what I want from this show, Arrow.
They call him the S.
Somewhere else in the Glades is Speedy and Speedy.
Yo, dog, I heard you like Speedies.
So we're gonna make Speedy bang Speedy, so they can have little Speedies.
Oh, how to?
I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like
when he nicknames his little sister Speedy, you're like, "Aw, reference," and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, this is my."
Hey, look, it's Roy Harper, everyone.
This is my boyfriend Roy Harper, and I'm like, "Wait a minute,
you can't have 2 Speedies."
That's Speedy, and they're banging. Speedy and Speedy are banging. So I'm guessing he's never going to be Speedy. I don't even know if he's going to be Red Arrow. He's just going to be the other guy.
They've been building it up. He'll be he'll become a vigilante probably because when he a few episodes when I think it was Roy and Speedy were talking and they're like, oh man, we should be vigilantes. They're hinting at that. And if they do block off the Glades and the Glades becomes this crime haven, he'll probably go fight there.
It becomes Arkham City.
Yeah, Arkham City. He's so much better now. It's Joker and Stranger Dead though.
Oh my god, that is after I beat Arkham City.
Let me explain this joke.
Yes, I gotta explain the Joker and Stranger Dead joke. Even though you've said it once on the show, but I beat the game Arkham City, and then after all the credits and stuff, it loads you back in to the game after everything's done, so you can polish off achievements and extra objectives and stuff, and get the Riddler stuff. The first thing I overhear from convicts is, "Man, things are so much better now that Joker and Strange are dead."
And yeah, we were on Xbox Live when we were doing that, and he's like, "Oh, this guy just spoiled the whole game."
It was ridiculous. So sorry if you haven't beaten Arkham City yet. That game has been out for almost 2 years now. I don't know.
A year and a half.
Sorry, because you're even behind in your games more so than me.
I should spoil Bioshock Infinite for you. Oh,
yeah, that'll be great. A game that I'm probably not going to play at Christmas. But we're not at video games yet. We're still on TV because
still on the TV. We didn't even talk about my favorite part of the freaking Arrow show.
Oh, okay. What is
Huntress,
it? Oh.
the greatest character.
She was in 2 episodes.
She was in like 3 episodes. She's my favorite character so much I don't even know what she's supposed to look like in the comics.
The outfit is kind of on that show. I mean, everything's got more points and stuff. But.
Yeah, everyone's got to wear a trench coat now.
Well, she wears like a trench coaty, capey thing in the comics and stuff. I love it. Your favorite part of the show was a character that was on 2 episodes.
And she had the thanks for the coffee and the sex.
And the sex. Which then later Laurel was like, thanks for the coffee, but she didn't thank him for the sex.
But I talked over it, so it sounded like sex anyway. She said it!
And so where are we on the island side story? Everyone's dead besides...
everyone's dead except Slade and Oliver and the Chinese chick.
Yeah.
Wait, oh yeah, she's alive. Yeah.
Because he shot Fries with a bow and arrow he couldn't shoot a tree that was 5 feet in front of him with the day before. He shoots him like right in the freaking chest.
Right. Was there? No, I thought it was like right in the jugular.
Yeah, something like that. It was in a weird spot, but...
He shot him!
He shot him with a bow and arrow.
Shot him in the foot.
Oh.
In the
knee. Hit him with an arrow in the knee.
Arrow in the knee.
I used to try to start World War III, and then I took an arrow in the knee. Oh, that rhymed! Okay, you told me the other day that you had a very particular dream about the upcoming ABC series Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Should we talk about that one first a little?
What, about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That I'm hyped for it?
Yes, everyone's hyped for it, and Phil Coulson is most likely a... what's the term?
Life model decoy?
Yes, he's a life model decoy.
Or he was when he got killed by Loki in the Avengers. That movie's been out for a year. If you have not seen it, it's your fault.
They spoil that movie left and right now anyway. Oh yeah, spoilers, Iron Man doesn't die, and it's Thanos at the end.
Iron Man doesn't die. Spoilers, good prevails over evil.
Spoilers, Mandarin is an actor. Get over it.
Shit. It's not even been a full month
It's
yet.
been a month.
Good lord, it's like a month and a week. It's only
Everyone's
been...
seen it.
And I enjoyed it because I'm not beholding onto Mandarin. Okay. Anyway, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s gonna be good. I have a lot of faith in it. A lot of dissenters are like, oh, that's what I want to see. I want to see the people without powers clean up after superheroes.
They're all original characters, too.
Well, you know what? Agent Coulson did so well in the movies, he is in canon in the comic books now.
And he's in that Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
He's like the principal of the school and whatever.
But, yeah.
His name was Philip.
Yeah, and they're saying it's not going to be Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, because now they said that The Rock's going to play Luke Cage in an upcoming movie.
You know, I think the other day I tweeted that freaking Michael Jai White should play Luke Cage, which would be awesome. Yeah, they should, if they do at least Luke Cage, they should do like a Heroes for Hire movie, or just have them in a movie as a pair.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where they're going to throw Luke Cage in. I mean, Luke Cage is a secondary Avenger, you know.
If they do another Daredevil movie.
Yeah, they're trying to make another. I think they got Daredevil. Marvel/Disney got Daredevil back from Fox, right?
Yeah, they got
because they were trying to get. They're trying to get Fantastic Four back. I think it was.
They're not getting that back.
Because they're really planning a new Fantastic Four.
Yeah, and Johnny Storm's gonna be a black guy.
Which means that Sue Storm has to be a black girl.
Oh, perfect segue to this dream I had then. So I was kind of in the show, but I was like kind of watching the show, but you're kind of in the show. Does that make sense? It's a dream, so it doesn't have to make sense. So yeah, one of the episodes, the freaking Fantastic Four show up. But they're like hyping it up. It's like, oh man, is it Chris Evans as a Human Torch? But then they like tease it, but then it's some other guy. And then freaking Frozone from the Incredibles is in there.
Is it Samuel Jackson?
He's in the show.
Where's my super
Where's
suit?
my super suit? But then his powers turn to like fire because Human Torch is there.
What?
He doesn't have ice powers anymore. He has fire powers because Human Torch showed up.
Because Human Torch is in the room.
That's all I remember.
What is it, like freaking Zan and Jana or whatever the fuck they were? How they were like, how everything he did had to be water-based because freaking Aquaman was around.
Oh, God.
Ice Rocket! Like, what? Anyway.
Grabbing fire bullets.
You're grabbing fire bullets here. Where is my super suit?
That's all I remember from the tree.
Good Lord.
That all these Marvel characters show up, and then Frozone.
And his name was Philip.
And then Phil Coulson dies again, but it's okay. He has like infinite decoys.
He's got life mile decoys up the butt.
He's like, suck it.
LMDs, yo!
And in an episode, he'll go up to Loki and be like, problem?
Oh, God. Troll face Coulson.
Troll face Coulson.
Alright. So, you watching anything else TV-wise?
I'm watching baseball.
Baseball?
That's like all I watch on TV now, besides Walking Dead. That's on break, and Breaking Bad, I'm gonna wait for that it's coming back in August, which is gonna be so hype, because that finale is gonna be so good.
Trailer's just gonna blow up with everyone in it. I have not seen a single scene of that show.
They're gonna cook meth, and the entire state of New Mexico blows up, and that's the end of the show.
It sinks into the ocean, which I don't think they're connected to.
I think they're landlocked.
It still sinks into the ocean. If you dig down far enough, you will hit water. I am in the midst of watching Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I finally got into it. I am now at the beginning of Season 4 of Battlestar Galactica.
Abandon all hope.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter. Like you're entering hell. I am.
A lot of people were disappointed by the finale. I'll like it. We'll probably talk about it more once you finish.
Yes. But yeah, we just found out that Chief Tyrrell, Colonel Ty, Anders, and the Indian chick that helps the president are Cylons. But we find out that they are Cylons by Chief saying, we're all Cylons.
Because they're playing All Along the Watchtower in their heads or something.
The sitar version of All
That's how they're
Watchtower. That's how they got activated. Like I told you the other day, I love how this show is all about, oh, well, we're humans, but we are from other planets. And we don't even know if Earth is real. So so various things are completely different. Or just a little different. Like every piece of paper the corners are cut off on every piece of paper, which includes books. The corners are cut off. It's just little things that are different, yet the Cylons activate four of the human versions by playing a sitar version of All Along the Watchtower.
Like I said, it'll make sense when you see the finale.
It's all odd. And also, finally got my hand on the Arrested Development Season 4 that came out on Sunday. And I have just finished episode 10 a little bit before we started recording.
Is it 14 episodes?
15 episodes. And each episode is centered around a specific character, but everyone walks in and out of everyone's episodes. But there's one centralized character for the episode. And if you like Arrested Development, it's fantastic. I'm going to finish it tonight after I'm done with all this. That it for TV for now?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, let's get to our video game segment. What video games have you been playing, Mike?
What have I been playing? Well, recently... Well, not really recently. I finished Bioshock Infinite, I think a week after that came out. Yeah, pretty good.
Especially when spoilers happen.
Spoilers and spoilers, and the... Oh, I almost slipped.
I can't believe the spoiler was always a spoiler.
I can't believe Fontaine is actually Atlas. Game's been out for... 6 years?
07, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, the whole ending, though, is mind-blowing.
Of Infinite now? You're talking about Infinite again?
Yes, my mind was still blown by Bioshock 1, even though I kind of read its spoilers.
Well, the thing about Bioshock 1 is the big moment is only halfway into the game.
Yeah, when I found out you were mind controlled the whole time, and I was like, what?
We're like, dude, man, I'm not mind controlled. I was just playing the game.
That's what made it great, you were playing the game, but you were mind controlled.
Now, would you kindly go and get stepped on by a big daddy?
Mother Goose been messing around with your egg salad.
With your egg salad? That's my other favorite line. Those are my two favorite lines, and they're back to back. It's the best.
What else? So we haven't played Borderlands 2 in a while.
No, we have not, and I actually have a goal for a couple weeks right now.
The free weekend.
Oh yeah, so you could finally beat Terramorphous.
When we killed Terramorphous. I'm kind of waiting on the DLC. I doubt it'll go on sale. I might just get the season pass so I can get all 4.
Yeah, I'll get the season pass eventually.
But I don't know if they're gonna raise up the price on the season pass by the time the 4th one comes out.
Well,
which will be out next month.
Tiny Tina's Racist Adventures.
Tiny Tina's Racist Adventures.
No, it's the Assault on Dragon or something like that.
Snapdragons.
Snapdragon.
Snapdragon.
Trying to not get an explicit tag on this show. Well,
we already have 2 S words in an F-bomb.
Do we?
I'm pretty sure we do.
Wouldn't be surprised. I finally got to play Crash Course 2 because a friend of mine gave me a 2-week gold pass. And it is the first game, but everything's a bit better in every way. And it's a lot more playable. In the first game, the last few levels were incredibly difficult, and in this one, you can get through it all.
They cheat it down.
I guess.
Yeah,
Those last couple Japan levels in the first game were asinine. They were asinine.
What was that thing called? The wheel?
It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad, guys. I'm playing an old FIFA game. I'm waiting for GTA and Arkham Origins to come out. I have them both pre-ordered, but I still gotta wait 3 months and 4 months. So, was you been playing that Telltale's Poker Night 2?
Yes, and real quick before I do that, Lego Batman 2 I finally finished up.
Yes.
That game was quite good for a Lego game, but
all of them are pretty good.
I like how you can unlock all the characters, but then you never use them because, for the stories and whatever, they all need a certain... Batman has a suit for everything. So it's you never get... I wanted to use Huntress, but I couldn't use Huntress all the time. And Black Canary.
Yeah, you have to at least switch to somebody else.
But I hope for the Marvel... I hope for the Marvel one, you're not limited to having to use the certain characters for each level.
Well, there's just certain puzzles, right? That you have to use a certain kind of character, right?
You have to use the ice switch. Or, you have to get Robin's acrobat suit so you can get in the ball thing and open the switch.
Yeah. I don't like the ones where it's like, only one character can do this.
Yeah, I think Star Wars... Yeah, one of the Star Wars ones was like that one. R2-D2 can only open certain...
Only R2-D2 could open the circular locks or whatever.
Circular, key lock thing.
Yeah. It's kind of odd.
And... Yes, and Poker Night 2. You know, I'm not a poker person. Like, I remember when, like, poker got really big on ESPN when I was in high school, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I never knew how it was played, but then I like, picked up this game mostly just for the Borderlands stuff, and I'm probably never going to use anyway, because I was done with that game. But I wanted more GLaDOS, because she's hilarious in that game. But yeah, it's really fun just listening to the guys talk. But, you know, I've been playing it for a while, so it's kind of getting annoying. But there's a good one where, like, Ashley Williams and Rockwell asked Claptrap about Pandora, but they're talking about the Pandora from the Avatar movie. So you find any of that Can't-Getium? Then Ash
thought it was unobtainium.
But they joke Can't-Getium.
I haven't seen the movie, but that's the only thing I know is unobtainium.
And then Ash is like, so what's James Cameron like in person?
That's awesome.
But yeah, I'm looking for the Lego Marvel game. And then GTA 5 and Arkham Origins.
Yeah, that's
I'm kind of happy with them. Oh, look, George A. Romero is going to be in Cherry Hill in August. Anyway,
okay.
I hope that Lego game has, like, they're saying it has, like, 100 people.
It's going to be crazy.
So that's going to be, but I hope it's just not 50, all the freaking Iron Man Mark armors from the third movie.
Oh, it's going to be, like, there's going to be, like, 30 Iron Man armors, including like, a War Machine and an Iron Patriot. Is Rescue going to be in that game?
During the game, War Machine gets sent into developmental. He repackaged Iron Patriot.
That was the weird part. Like they bring in War Machine in the second Iron Man movie, and then there's nothing about him in the Avengers. Like you think he would have showed up.
They did a comic. I think they did like a War Machine comic to like explain what he was up to.
Like the government wouldn't have sent anybody. It's weird, the things, but you have to forgive him because he's just War Machine. Even though I like War Machine, he's just War Machine.
He was on holdout.
Well, maybe he was with he was with Natalie Portman's character in the mountains or whatever how they conveniently wrote off three characters.
I forget. I watched the riff tracks, or I bought the riff tracks for the Avengers movie, and like during that scene when they're like showing her on the monitors, like, yeah, we're just retconning her out of this movie.
It's just Coulson just like mentions in passing, oh yeah, we sent your friends to the mountaintop building, whatever. They'll be safe there. And I'm like, okay.
That thing's hilarious because they like trash Hawkeye the whole time.
Do they? Hawkeye's awesome, though. He's the one that I'm most expecting to see show up on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
Yeah, I don't know who else is going to show up on that.
I don't know. I think they'll all show up sometime, but...
They're saying because of the loopholes, Spider-Man can show up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he doesn't fall under the film rights category. Anyway, video games.
TV rights or whatever. Sony Columbia. That's a lot.
Pink Spider-Person's in the Avengers Zone!
Pink Spider-Person.
That's a Wiggly joke.
Arachnid. They tried that in WCW.
Arachnid Kid?
He wore like a yellow Spider-Man outfit.
A wrestler?
Yeah. You got anything else you want to talk about?
I guess we're done with the video games then, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap things up. We're at about 45 minutes, which is a good time.
Yeah, this show will never get over, and yeah.
Yeah, there was a few times we got a little weird, a little off, but we picked it up at other times. Oh yeah, there was one thing you mentioned the other day that I would like you to put on the record about that blonde chick from Star Trek Into Darkness, about her as Miss Marvel.
Yes, her as Miss Marvel, or Yvonne Strahovski as Miss Marvel.
Used to be Miss Marvel.
I think another friend said Katie Sackhoff wants to play her.
She could do that.
I don't know.
Starbuck. There ain't no rest for a Starbuck.
Ain't no rest for no hero.
Now, story behind that is, before each of us saw Iron Man 3, there was a preview for the show Longmire Season 2 coming up, and she's on that show, and they used some version of Shortchanged Hero in the promo. But anyway.
But I was singing that song when I got it mixed up with the lyrics for Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
Oh yeah, because there ain't no rest for a hero.
We should get her on this show.
Yeah.
Get Kelly from Rexon on this show.
Oh. I thought you meant Katie Sackhoff. She was just on the Nerdist TV show, but that's a television show. It's been around for a couple of years.
We'll get Callie on the show. I'll find some cosplay models to get on here.
Should be fun. As long as we get rid of our awkwardness we had in there at the beginning and get going. I mean, see, by the end here, we're moving
in progress here.
But we are getting a little long in the tooth. And by getting long in the tooth, we're actually shorter than most other podcasts. But that's it for this week. I'm Dan Peck.
And I'm Mike Irizarry.
See ya.